How you doing? So I'm Jeremy Pyers, and this is my son behind me here, Callan. Say hi, Callan.
Hi.
Anyway, excuse me. I'm going to be doing three different books today. Well, they're actually technically from the same book, just three different patriarchs. So we're gonna do Reuben, Simon, and Levi today. Kind of something new. So right after we finish this one, I'm gonna start up another video stream, live stream. It'll be on my YouTube my YouTube homepage there. So right after this video, just go there. I'm gonna set it up really quick, and then just click on it. So yeah, let's check the chat. Oh, no chat. What's up with that? I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, so let's begin. So, the Testament of Reuben, the firstborn son of Jacob and Leah. Excuse me. Reuben, the firstborn son of Jacob and Leah, the man of experience, counsels against fornication, and points out the ways in which men are most apt to fail in error. Now, this is a good one for if you're suffering with lust and fornication. So, the copy of the Testament of Reuben, even the commands which he gave his sons before he died, in the 125th year of his life, 2 years after the death of Joseph his brother, when Reuben fell ill. His sons and his sons' sons gathered together to visit him. And he said to them, My children, behold, I am dying, and go the way of my fathers. And seeing there Judah and Gad and Asher, his brethren, he said to them, Raise me up, that I may tell to my brethren and to my children what things I have hidden in my heart. For behold, now at length I am passing away. And he arose and kissed them, and said unto them, Hear, my brethren, and do ye, my children, give ear to Reuben your father, in the commands which I give unto you. And behold, I call to witness against you this day the God of heaven, that you walk not in the sins of youth and fornication, wherein I was poured out and defiled the bed of my father Jacob. And I tell you that he smote me with a sore plague in my loins for 7 months. And had not my father prayed for me to Yah, then he would have destroyed me. For I was 30 years old when I wrought the evil thing before Yah, and for 7 months I was sick unto death. And after this I repented with set purpose of my soul for 7 years before Yah. And wine and strong drink I drank not, and flesh entered not into my mouth, and I ate no pleasant food, but I mourned over my sin, for it was great, such as had not been in Israel. And now hear and now hear me, my children, what things I saw concerning the 7 spirits of deceit, when I repented. 7 spirits therefore are appointed against man, and they are the leaders in the works of youth. And 7 other spirits are given to him at his creation, that through them should be done every work of man. And the first spirit is spirit of life, with which the constitution of man is created. And the second is the sense of sight, with which arise desire. And the third is the sense of hearing, with which come teaching. And fourth is the sense of smell, excuse me, which tastes are given to draw air and breath. The fifth is the power of speech, which with come knowledge. The sixth is the sense of taste, with which come the eating of meats and drinks, and by it strength is produced, for in food is the foundation of strength. The seventh is the power of procreation and sexual intercourse, with which, through love of pleasure, sin enters in. Wherefore, it is, it is the last in order of creation, and the first in that of youth, because it is filled with ignorance, and leadeth the youth as a blind man to a pit, and as a beast to a precipice. Besides all these, there is an eighth spirit of sleep, which is brought about the trance of nature and of death. With these spirits are mingled the spirits of error. First, the spirit of fornication is seated in the nature and in the senses. The second, the spirit of insatiableness in the belly. The third, the spirit of fighting in the liver and gall. The fourth is the spirit of obsequiousness and and chicanery, that through officious attention one may be fair in seeming. The fifth is the spirit of pride, that one may be boastful and arrogant. The sixth is the spirit of lying, in perdition and jealousy, to practice deceits and concealments from kindred and friends. The seventh is in the spirit of injustice, with which are thefts and acts of rapacity, that a man may fulfill the desire of his heart. For injustice worketh together with the other spirits by taking of gifts. And with all these the spirit of sleep is joined, which is that of error and fantasy. And so perish every young man, darkening his mind from the truth, not understanding the law of God, nor obeying the admonitions of his fathers, as befell me also in my youth. And now, my children, love the truth, and it will preserve you. Hear ye the words of Reuben your father. Pay no heed to the face of a woman, nor associate with another man's wife, nor meddle with affairs of womankind. For had I not seen Bilhah bathing in a covered place, I had not fallen into this great iniquity. From my mind taking in the thought of the woman's nakedness, suffered me not to sleep until I had wrought the abominable thing. For while Jacob our father had gone to Isaac his father, when we were in Eder, near Ephrath in Bethlehem, Bilhah came drunk, and was asleep uncovered in her chamber. Having therefore gone in and beheld her nakedness, I wrought the impiety without her perceiving it, and leaving her sleeping departed. And forthwith an angel of Yah revealed to my father concerning my impiety, and he came and mourned over me, and touched her no more. So, let's check the chat here. Hold on just a sec. So yeah, I mean, this whole book here is about, lust, and, how just looking that embeds us into your mind there. Oh yeah, for some reason I don't have a chat up. I don't know why. It says it's enabled, but I don't see it. Forgive me. Alright, so we'll continue. Excuse me. Pay no heed, therefore, my children, to the beauty of women, nor set your mind on their affairs, but walk in the singleness in heart, in the fear of Yah, and expend labor on good works, and on study and on your flocks, until Yah give you a wife, who he will, that ye suffer not as I did. For until my father's death, I had no boldness to look into his face, or to speak to any of my brethren, because of the reproach. Even until now my conscience caused me anguish on account of my impiety. And yet my father comforted me much, and prayed for me unto Yah, that the anger of Yah might pass from me, even as Yah showed. And thenceforth until now, I have been on my guard, and sinned not. Therefore, my children, I say to you, observe all things whatsoever I command you, and ye shall not sin. For a pit unto the soul is the sin of fornication, separating it from Yah, and bringing it near to idols, because it deceive the mind and understanding, and lead down young men into Hades before their time. For many hath fornication destroyed, because, though a man be old or noble, or rich or poor, he bring reproach upon himself with the sons of men, and derision with Bilhah or Baal. For ye heard regarding Joseph, how he guarded himself from a woman, and purged his thoughts from all fornication, and found favor in the sight of Yah and men. For the Egyptian woman did many things unto him, and summoned magicians, and offered him love potions, but the purpose of his soul admitted no evil desire. That's another good one as well, actually. Therefore, the God of your fathers delivered him from every evil and hidden death. For if fornication overcomes not your mind, neither can Baal overcome you. For evil are women, my children, and since they have no power or strength over men, they use wiles by outward attractions, that they may draw him to themselves. And who they cannot bewitch by outward attractions, him they overcome by craft. That was one of my downfalls. For moreover, concerning them, the angel of Yah told me, and taught me, that women are overcome by the spirit of fornication more than men, and in their heart they plot against men, and by means of their adornment they deceive first their minds, and by the glance of the eye instill the poison, then through the accomplished act they take them captive. For a woman cannot force a man openly, but by a harlot's bearing she beguiles him. Just FYI, this isn't talking about all women. This is just, most worldly women who use, sex to basically get whatever they want. And a lot of men fall for it. It's sad. Anyway, flee therefore fornication, my children, and command your wives and your daughters, that they not adorn their heads and faces to deceive the mind, because every woman who uses these wiles they've been reserved for external punishment. For this they allured the watchers, who were before the flood. As for these continually beheld them, they lusted after them, and they conceived, they act in their mind, for they changed themselves into the shape of men, and appeared to them when they were with their husbands. I was talking about the fallen angels right here, where the Nephilim and the giants were born from. And the women lusting in their minds after their forms gave birth to giants, for the watchers appeared to them as reaching even unto heaven. And the watchers are the fallen angels. Beware, therefore, of fornication, and if you wish to be pure in mind, guard your senses from every woman, and command the women likewise not to associate with men, that they also may be pure in mind. For constant meetings, even through the ungodly deed, be not wrought, are to them an irremediable disease, and to us a destruction of Baal and an eternal reproach. Excuse me. For in fornication there is neither understanding nor godliness, and all jealousy dwell in the lust thereof. Therefore when I say unto you, ye will be jealous against the sons of Levi, and will seek to be exalted over them, but ye shall not be able. For God will avenge them, and ye shall die by an evil death. For to Levi Yah gave the sovereignty, and to Judah with him, and to me also, and to Dan and Joseph, that we should be for rulers. Therefore I command you to hearken to Levi, because he shall know the law of Yah, the Torah, and shall give ordinances for judgment, and shall sacrifice for all Israel until the consummation of the times, as the anointed high priest of who Yah spoke. I adjure you by Yah, Yahweh Sabaoth, to do truth, each one unto his neighbor, and to entertain love, each one for his brother, and draw near to Levi in humbleness of heart, that ye may receive a blessing from his mouth. For he shall bless Israel and Judah, because him have the Lord chosen to be king over all the nation. Bow down before his seed, for on our behalf it will die in wars visible and invisible, and will be among you an eternal king. Messiah right there. And Reuben died, having given these commands to his sons. And they placed him in a coffin until they carried him up from Egypt and buried him in Hebron, in the cave where his father was. So yeah, right there, that verse, it's all about Messiah. You know, I'm kind of noticing this as I'm reading through them again myself. You know, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, so that's it for this one. That's why I said they're pretty short. So I'm going to edit, create another live stream right now. Give me about 5 minutes or so, and you should be able to see it right there on my main channel page. And go ahead, click it. I'll be right there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in just a minute.